Joining us now is Georgia's longest-serving Latino legislator, State Democratic Representative Pedro Marin, who represents part of Gwinnett County. Representative, thank you for being with us. 23% of people in Gwinnett County are Hispanic or Latino. Tell me about the county.
Good morning, Jose, and thank you for the opportunity, and good seeing you. I haven't seen you in a while. But again, Gwinnett, all stops are in Gwinnett County. I think Gwinnett is crucial to the Democratic Party winning Georgia, again, like we did almost 4 years ago. So I think the Latino is engaged. Always I say the story that when I first started, I ran for the first time in 2002. There were roughly close to 20,000 Latino registered voters. Fast forward to 2024, we have over 400,000 Latino registered voters. So that can swing an election one way or the other.
Sure. And Representative, what are those 400,000 registered Latino voters concerned about? And I'm sure, and we always have to say this, I mean, there is no Latino vote. There are just Latino voters. What specifically do your constituents, your Latino constituents, have as their primary concerns?
I think as the kitchen table issues, public safety, the economy, education. So I think it is broad on not just the Latino community. Immigration also touches a nerve on our Latino community. It's not on top, but it is on the first 3 or 4 issues that we're hearing from, because immigration now hearing of what's going to happen if former President Trump gets elected and Project 2025 gets in place. There's going to be a lot of people that we're going to be dividing families. Households here in Georgia and across the country has mixed status families. So again, it's going to be very critical to see what's going to happen.
Yeah, and Georgia is such a diverse state in so many ways. There's such a rich agricultural tradition in parts of Georgia. There's also the meat and poultry processing that employs so many people in different parts of Georgia. I'm just wondering, and I was thinking about these comments made by this comedian on Sunday there at Madison Square Garden. When he's, I'm not even going to go into the whole, but just the insults about Puerto Rico. What kind of impact do you think that's having?
Well, in fact, I have a press conference today at 2:30 from different Puerto Rican leaders in the state, outcrying what happened at the Madison Square Garden. And I think, it was very unfortunate that the Trump campaign didn't vet everything that was going on with his rallies, and they let him, speak freely in that rally. And especially New York, which is the kind of the second home of Puerto Ricans. They have moved more after Maria, the hurricane, to Orlando and Florida. But New York has always been our second home. And doing it at Madison Square Garden, it was just, we can hear it. Let me put it this way. You mess with one Puerto Rican, you mess with all Puerto Ricans. So everybody's angry about what happened in New York a couple of days ago.
State Representative, and I've had the opportunity to, over the years, get to know you a little bit, and
yes,
I know that you have a vocation of service and that you take this very seriously. I'm just wondering, why do you think that our national discourse has gotten so ugly, at times vulgar, at times focused on the darkness and not on the light? Why do you think that is?
And I'll say this time and time again, historically, when we elect a president, which is the highest elected office in the country, we always hire governors, senators, people that has had public policy experience and had that experience working with both sides of the aisle or Senate and House of Representatives. This is the first time when we elected Donald Trump. that we elected a businessman. So he didn't have any public policy experience. He didn't know how to handle government. You know, business is different at government. So I think when he brought that in, and I always explain something that, you know, his Secretary of Education, when he appointed his Secretary of Education, was a lady that never had any education experience. So again, it was just a friend, billionaire friend, that he appointed her to that position. We have to have experience. We have to have what I say. You know, we have to make sure that we know what we're talking about. Again, you know, you have to have public policy experience.